So, welcome back to The Rise, everyone. As you can see, I have a guest with me today. So, get very excited because you are going to get an inside look into the brilliant mind, body, and spirit of the amazing Chris Williams. You're going to learn, we're going to talk all about, you're going to learn about Chris's amazing work because we're going to get into some really juicy topics that are under Chris's level of expertise. And Chris, I just want like people to know about you. We've had the pleasure of knowing each other for a number of years. And you are the author of an incredible upcoming book, which we can talk a little bit about tangentially to our conversation on creating your own economy. And also, Chris, you have coached people for a long time, specifically wellness entrepreneurs who have a craft, have a certification. How many of you listening? It's like, I got the degree, I got the license, I can do my thing, but don't know how to put a business together and be profitable and create the abundance that you deserve. So Chris really specializes as a former health coach, nutritional coach, massage therapist. You know this world. You know what the good heart and mission that your people are on and how to help them create profitable and prosperous businesses, also taking care of themselves. Right?
Yes.
So I'm
Yeah.
happy you're here. Thanks for being here.
Like I just want to write all that down. Like we should just
Yeah.
put that in the back of my book. Thank you,
Yes,
Sarah.
there it
I'm
is.
so excited to talk about this. This is really one of my passions. So I'm so
Well,
dig into this.
it's so important because again, I was one of those people, right? I know you were too. I
Yeah.
had, a coaching certification. I was licensed in reflexology. I'd done these different things and I wasn't able to make any money. And
Yeah.
it was really it was upsetting, it was confounding, it was frustrating because those of you listening know if you're whether you're in the wellness space, you're a coach or you're doing what you came here to do. You'd never be listening to this show if you weren't following your calling.
Mhm.
And so then it's like, well, it's really hard when we feel like that do what you love and the money will follow, and the money doesn't follow
Mhm.
because you actually we need a strategy. We need tools. We need paradigms. We need frameworks. And that's why I want to have Chris on because we're obviously, you all know, we're having a whole larger conversation here on the Rise about creating your own economy.
Mhm.
What is so often and is so understandable is that when the economy isn't doing what we'd all love, meaning the economy, in the world,
Mhm.
global economy, national economy, the reaction, understandably, for most people is fear, contraction. Oh, I'm not okay, worry, futurizing. I've done it. I mean, it happens. And
Yeah.
so, something I'm really, which is why we're doing this series on creating your own economy, is that if we ride what's going on outside us as our economy, then we are going to take highs and lows. We're going to be very easily, can get very knocked off balance. And there are long term ramifications. If we go hide and bunker
Mhm.
down and wait till things change, that's actually the exact moment where opportunity is going to strike. So if we miss
Mhm.
it and just go watch TV and read other people's stuff and don't like bring our visions forward,
Yeah.
like we are putting ourselves in jeopardy. We really are, for like not just for a few months, but that's going to have long-term effects. So we're committed here in this community, and Chris is part of this community, and such a privilege, Chris, to worked with you and worked on your book, and we could talk about all the amazing things. But I want to get into it. You specifically teach master classes and your
Mhm.
clients inside of Activate Abundance and Six Figure Foundations, how to attract clients in any economy. And that's where I really want to go today because I'm sure
Yeah.
everyone listening would like to
Yeah.
attract some more clients today.
I
So,
know,
where do you
right?
start with this, Chris? Like, where do you start with
Yeah.
your people when you're coaching them around this topic?
Yes, yes, yes. So, the first thing that we start with in, trying to find clients, first of all, is mindset of all things, right? Typically, people are like, just tell me the thing to do, right? Just tell me the thing to do. And if we're feeling in this space of lack, like, I don't have any clients, I don't know what to do, how am I going to pay the bills? How am I going to get the clients? How am I going to close the deal? That energetic space, you're actually already losing the game because, as you know, because you teach mindset, and we know so much about neuroscience and the brain, so much more than we used to know, even when you and I graduated,
Yeah.
is our reticular activating system is going to start looking for evidence to support the lack, right? So first place is always lean in and trust and really take on the belief that, clients are everywhere. There are people that need me. There are people that are looking for me. There are people that have problems that I can solve. And there are people that are absolutely 1000% willing to invest to solve their problem. So if we start from that place, now we're in more of an abundant energy. We're in a more, our nervous system is a little bit more relaxed. We're not, so freaked out about, oh my God, how am I going to get a client? What do I say? I don't want to be salesy. If I don't want to be salesy, how am I going to invite them to work with me? Like our brain just goes down that rabbit hole. I know mine did, when I first started, because I'm like, I need to actually create money in order to have a business and not just have an expensive hobby. So what am I going to do? So first is we just get to claim there are clients everywhere. And the truth is, and I really just want to speak some truth here, people buy in any economy. People are buying in any economy. People are buying now. The people that need you are buying now. We always have buyers in our ecosystem. Typically, most new coaches and the coaches that I work with, and even coaches that have been in business for many, many years, forget that there are buyers and that buyers go through stages. So
Yes.
once we are all dialed in and saying, yep, there's ideal clients here for me for sure, then we want to really discern, okay, who is it? Like, who is it that I'm helping here? And what is the problem that they have right now? Right? This isn't like what you think they have. I talk about the difference between chocolate and broccoli, right? Chocolate is what our ideal clients are asking for. They're like, but I really, really am tired of yo-yo dieting and, losing the 10 pounds and gaining it again. Or, gosh, why do I have this menopause belly, or whatever it is, right? But we really need to be talking about solving the problem that is present for them right now. So that's going to be really important because in order for us to discern
Mm,
in our ecosystem already, right? We don't need to go out and chase clients. We want to discern who's in our ecosystem right now and what is the main problem that they want solved so that we can then start creating visibility so that basically they're going to be raising their hands and self-identifying that they are our person, right? So
yeah.
this isn't about, going to the secret client closet and saying, oh, well, here's this one magic button. This is, okay, who am I here to serve? What is the problem that they are experiencing right now? Now we can say, okay, great. I know who it is that I'm here to serve. I'm all in. I know they're here. I know that people are buying in any economy. Now what do I do? Where do I find them? Right.
I
It's
love this, Chris, and I want everybody to take this in for a minute because this is really more of like a workshop style episode, okay? So those of you, like,
sorry.
right, no, I this is what we wanted. This is
Mhm.
exactly what we need because, you know, we could go listen to people chat in any, that's why I was like, as much as I want to talk all about the book and everything, this is
Yeah.
so important right now. So number one, everybody, today you get to walk around and say, my ideal clients are everywhere. Clients are everywhere. Clients are everywhere because your reticular activating system, as Chris explained, those of you on from this show, the brain stuff. That part of your brain will just go out and show you evidence of that, right?
Yeah.
It will go out and fetch any bone we throw it. So you're
Mhm.
throwing it. There are clients everywhere,
Mhm.
and reminding yourself, and you can case build, which is something we were talking about in this series, for that people are buying. Every time you buy something, be like, I'm buying stuff. Every
Yeah.
time you hear someone else buying something, people are buying that. You hear someone say, I got a new car or I did this, because we could listen to these stories that are like, oh, this is down, this industry.
Mhm.
Things can go up and down, but there are people with real problems that need them solved and will pay to have them solved at any moment in time. And so if you run away and hide, this back to what I was saying, if we go just away and think, oh, it's too scary and too hard, I'll just ride this out until the economy is better, then what happens is the only people they'll buy from are the people that are going to show up. And if you're
Yeah.
not showing up, so that's what you're saying next, Chris, is then it's
Yeah.
like, okay, so not just what's the broccoli that I always offer,
Mhm.
what's the chocolate they want right now?
Mhm.
Okay, they want chocolate. What is that problem that they think is and it may be for some of us, Chris, and I don't know if you see this for your clients, some of you listening, maybe we tweak an offer. We come out with a new thing,
Yeah.
still in our area of expertise, in our
Yeah.
zone of genius, but maybe there's something that feels more urgent to people right now. So do you see that, Chris, that like
Yeah.
it's an opportunity to dimensionalize our offers so that it is more specifically solving an urgent problem now for people. Sometimes, guys,
Absolutely.
I know Chris teaches this. Think about, sometimes you'll create a brand new way of serving people because stuff is a particular way right now. Like
Yeah.
that's actually the obstacle becomes the
Yeah.
way to more
Yeah.
abundance, right?
Yes. Oh my gosh. Absolutely. Absolutely. And when we're clear that there are clients everywhere, and then we're like, okay, and I mean, this is what I do. I'm like, how could I help even the clients that I'm working with right now get results faster?
Okay.
Is there something that I can do right now that is going to help my clients, either the ones that I'm currently working for or with, or even people that are in, my ecosystem, my email that I'm connecting with, or people that I'm, having conversations with? Like, how can I help them collapse the timeline even more quickly to solve whatever the problem is that they're asking for? So it
So, Chris,
opens
would this
up.
be a next step? Like, I just because I love where this
Yeah.
is going to give you guys listening something really tangible. So, would it be that like people could make a list
Hmm.
of the urgent problems to either the people we want to serve if they're not already our client and our current
Yep.
clients, and
Yep.
we just brainstorm, or we can use Chat GPT or whatever.
Yep.
What are the biggest challenges right now? And
Hmm.
then what I hear you doing is sort of a two-step. One is, can I solve these in a
Hmm.
new way? If maybe there's something you haven't been taking directly on, but that's now a big challenge, you know?
Hmm.
Or, or can I get them what they need faster? I hear
Yeah.
those two prompts. So that's everyone's homework. You're going to
Yeah.
make a list of everything that's kicking the butt of your ideal person and your current people. And then is there something like a new way that you could serve them that's really specific to what's up for them in this moment, and or is there a way to get them what they're trying to do faster? Love those prompts. Great.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because now our brain is actually looking for that, and it's going to put together something that is going to really speak to that person, right? The other big thing that I just want people to understand and land here is that a lot of times when we are looking to create cash in our business, we tend to think that what we need to do is go out a new client or get new leads, or, how are we going to like close the deal as quickly as possible with this person that I just met? And I really want to turn that on its head, because it's actually not the way that you create cash quickly. What you do is you take a look at who's already in your warm market. Who are you already having conversations with? Who already has an experience of know, like, trust with you? So if your focus or your goal, let's just say, by the end of the month is, to bring on a new client, this isn't about how you're going to drag a cold lead into becoming a buyer. We know that that's a very transactional way of doing business. People don't want that. People want to work with people that they trust, that they already have a relationship with. And so we get to then make a love list of the people that, all right, like, let's really take a look at who are the people that are already in our ecosystem, that already have an experience of know, like, trust with us, that we can help collapse the timeline quicker for them, or help them even create something, different, that's even more specific. So that might, be our current clients. That could be past clients. That could be people that we've had conversations with where it just wasn't the right time for them yet. It could be people that, are in our communities, whether you are having conversations with people, if you've got a community on Facebook, or anybody that you are, and if you're not on Facebook, totally fine. Like, are you having conversations with anybody? Is anybody, commenting, on your post, who has downloaded a freebie that has, you've gotten in conversation with? So we really want to take a look at the people that are in our warm market, not people that are in our cold market. Our cold market needs a different strategy. The people that are brand new leads for us are not ready to buy yet. So we want to connect with them and build relationships with them. And when we do that, then we can move them along that client pathway to become a buyer. But I was taught a very, very outdated method. Some of the coaches that are listening here might also, be trying to implement it, because I am still seeing it out there. And that is, well, just go book as many 1 hour free coaching sessions with people, even if they're cold, right? And try to sell them on your thing. But present it as it's a free coaching session. Like, let me just give you this 1 hour free coaching session. And in that free 1 hour coaching session, the energy or the intention behind it is that you want to close the deal, right? Versus, you know, building actually trust with people, because so many people are used to knowing that, look, if I'm going to hop on a 1 hour call with you, first of all, why am I giving 1 hour of time with you if I don't even know you? Right?
Right.
Like, that's a big ask. Second of all, you want to build rapport with people, and that is really difficult to do in just 1 hour of time, to the point where they feel that they know you, like you, trust you enough in order to make a buying decision on that call. So I don't do that anymore. I don't do 1 hour discovery sessions. As a matter of fact, I don't even get on a call with anybody unless they are actually really, they're asking, like, hey, how could I work with you? Like, what are the ways that I could have your support? And that feels very, very different. It's a very different way of doing business, and it's absolutely possible to build and grow a business that way as well.
So I want everyone to get the next step in this because this is so
Yeah,
important. Some of you might be working with a system, like we talked about, the do what you love and the money will follow is not
yeah.
real
Mhm,
unless we also have in the, doing what we love, a
mhm.
system like Chris is talking about here and some actual strategies. So the recommendation, especially in a time when there's a perception, because remember we're creating our own economy now, but perception of contracted economy, then and that can happen in an industry, it can happen globally. So it doesn't matter. This episode is here for you, whatever, if there's any contraction going on in you or outside you, it's that next step is who are the people already in relationship with you, right? This is relationship based nurturing and making invitations. So right now, instead of knowing you're going to have a longer time and rightfully so for someone to decide if you're their person. People
Yeah,
listening, we've talked about ZMOT, the zero moment of truth. People need 9 hours of interactive time and they say 11 calls to action. I think it's like 80. And
I know, right? Like 20 to 40,
and
80 to 100 different asks.
4 platforms, all this, but the point is they need space and time on their terms to learn from you, experience you, and that's another strategy. For right now, those of you that are like, I want to create a client in any economy, in this economy that I'm now creating, you're going to go to people that have some level of rapport and relationship with you and reach out and connect and be of service. And how's it going? What do you need? What's hard? How can I
Yep,
help? Right? So
yep.
so Chris, is there anything else about I love the mindset we're in because now we remember there's clients everywhere. There's clients
Mhm.
ready, and then maybe we even say there's clients ready to buy everywhere, all around me.
Absolutely.
There are
Absolutely.
people who want what I do right now today. They are looking, they're praying, they're in the therapist's office, they're in the grocery going, if I could just figure this out, right?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. 1000%. Yeah.
So anything else we need to know about in any economy, we're gonna keep our mindset, reminding
Mhm.
ourselves that in every economy people are buying, there's people buying today in abundance.
Yep.
We're going to understand that we're not going to go for we're going to make a list of the problems that our people have and how could we solve them faster or differently in new ways, because that
Yep.
gives us a reason to do the next step, which is to think about who's already in relationship and
Yep.
let them know what that is and how we can help.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, I think the next piece that I really want to go with this is that, and this is a critical piece that many people miss, and that is you have to make the ask. You have to actually do more than one Facebook post, right? You have to not only make the ask, but you have to follow up, right? That might mean that you're in conversation with somebody, 5, 10 different times, right? It actually just happened for me this morning. There was somebody that I've just been in conversation with. I'm in another program with her. And, we've just been chatting. And, she is another health coach. And I've just been like saying, oh, have you tried this or whatever? And then I'm like, how can I actually help her get this like figured out that she's been talking to me quickly about? And I said, I've got something that might serve you. If this resonates with you, if this
Yeah.
feels, good for you. And, we've had conversation back and forth. We've probably had like 10, 20 different messaging going back and forth before she just messaged me this morning before I got on the call and said, I did it. I'm in. And I'm like, amazing.
Oh,
Amazing. So, don't forget about the ask and the follow up, because if you don't ask, nobody knows. I think about it like a party, right? If you want to throw a party, you got to invite the people. If you're not making the invitations, they don't know enough about what it is that you do and how they can work with you. We think they do because we're really clear on that. So don't
right.
be afraid to make the ask and don't be afraid to follow up. It really does take multiple follow up points. If we're just like saying, well, I did this for 3 days and I made but I'm never gonna, and I followed up and they didn't get back with me, get back to them again. Like,
I've so been that person. I've so been that person. I'm like, well, I sent a message. They didn't reply. So I guess they don't. I mean, I used to do that as a writer. That was the breakthrough. It was like I'd send one piece out, it'd get rejected, and I'd say, oh, I guess it's bad, and I'd throw it away. It's like,
yeah,
no, then I
yeah,
realized, oh, you send it to 100 places. Because
yes,
just because one place, just one person doesn't, and
yeah.
someone's busy. they
Yes.
need another little point of, "Hey, what about this? Thinking of you. I had this new episode of this
Yeah.
podcast." And
Yeah.
so I love this so much, Chris. So remember, but you've got a roadmap now,
Mhm.
okay? You're gonna remember that your ideal clients are everywhere, they're ready to buy, and they're in abundance right where you are. You're
Yeah.
gonna make a list of what they really need right now and be very specific in terms of being able to create the solutions faster or better or however it is. You're going to go to the people you're in relationship with and you're going to stay connected. You're going to
Mhm.
invite them specifically, part
Mhm.
4, okay? You're going to specifically say, if you're interested, I could do this, I could help in this way. And then you're
Mhm.
going to follow up because people don't right now, especially the decision hesitation is very high.
Yes.
It's very,
Yes.
very high. So we cannot make up stories or
Mhm.
use a process that says, "I've reached out once or even twice or even 3 times." I went to a sales seminar once, it was awful. I mean, he was lovely, the facilitator was actually lovely, but I had just never I was freaked out by the word sales. I mean, great
Yes.
shocker, I had no money and I made no business because I wasn't asking, and I was so the rejection fears and all the stuff.
Of
But I
course.
remember you said, I someone said to him, "How many times should you follow up?" Very normal sales question. And he said, "How many?" He was like, "I follow up till someone buys or dies." Like that was his and I said, "God, that's morbid." And it totally freaked me out. However, what I liked is because he was willing to drive places, to just stay in generosity and relationship. And Chris, you
Yes.
modeled that so
Yes.
beautifully. If we're
Yeah.
coming from generosity, not transactionally, relationally, which is what
Yeah.
you teach,
Yeah.
what I teach, what we're
Yeah.
all about in this community. So Chris, if people want to go in and like do this in more depth, I know you do trainings with your clients that you open up periodically for people. When can someone, like, if we want to go deeper into creating a clients in this economy,
Yeah.
when's the next time someone can like do some more training with you on this?
Yeah, so we're actually going to be doing a great training coming up in May. So May 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th. It's going to be a 5-day training. Would love, to gift everybody here tickets to come join me over there. It's a totally free training, but I guarantee that people are going to walk away getting so much value out of it. So, we've got that coming up in May. There's a whole action guide and blueprint that you get to walk away with. And, people absolutely get so much value because
Oh
when
yeah.
we're implementing and taking, even the little
Yeah.
steps of teaching, regardless of whether you're able to get to all days or even just come to a few, you
Yeah.
know, it's going to give you exactly the map, the strategy, the
Yeah.
what to do so that you're not in this place of spinning and overwhelm of, I don't know what to do. I don't, what should I be working on today? Like you're going to get both that combination of the mindset that we talk about, the inner game, plus the outer game, which is the strategy, and then the encouragement to actually implement the strategy so that you end up with the results that you want. So
I love it, and that's why I attend live trainings like this, that's why we
yeah,
facilitate them. It's like getting in the room with other people are like, "Okay, we're gonna stay in that abundance mindset, and I'm
yep,
gonna take action based on, what Chris is sharing, and obviously so much
yep,
more because it's over 5 days." So, Chris,
yep.
thank you. Can you hold up the book? Can we celebrate the book?
Yes, oh my
We
gosh.
just everyone so this is Chris's upcoming incredible book. It is already getting buzz. It's already been featured at the Soulful Abundance System. So beautiful.
Thank
So
you.
you guys, we'll share that in the show notes here when the book's ready. For actually, you can get on the advanced list, but go avail yourself of this training. Make sure that we're all in commitment together. We can't expect the world to change before we change. So we're going to create our own economies. You can use this brilliance from Chris today to attract clients in any economy. We'll put the links below to everything we talked about. Chris, thank you. Thank you so much for
Oh my
making the
gosh,
time
my
and being here today.
pleasure. It's my pleasure. Thank you for having me, Sarah.
We got it, guys. We've got this. We can be the change we want to see in the world. All right. Until next time, see you then.